Thank you.
Free more political prisoners if you want Britain's help, William Hague has told Burma on the first visit by a British Foreign Secretary since colonial times. Mr Hague, who also met the opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi, welcomed the government's pledge to continue political changes, but he insisted the world would judge them by their actions. This report by our Foreign Affairs correspondent Jonathan Miller contains flash photography.
This was a meeting that not long ago would have seemed inconceivable.
Welcome.
The first foreign secretary to visit Burma in more than half a century, and the daughter of Burmese democracy, freed after years under house arrest just 14 months ago. Since then, Burma's generals have been trying to convince her and the world that they've changed. William Hague's first-hand experience of the Burmese spring happening makes for painful viewing. Here he is in the gilded opulence of a palace in the brand new capital, Naypyidaw. The president, an ex-general turned civilian, assuring him that the changes are not just cosmetic.
This is a president who, despite all the terrible things in the past, has been presiding over the last year over important changes towards democracy. He assured me today that the progress of Burma towards democracy is irreversible. That is what he said. Thank you. Thank you again.
Britain is Burma's biggest bilateral donor. This visit a big reward for a regime that wants to cast off its pariah status. But to many, the now nominally civilian government remain wolves in sheep's clothing. Mr Hague told his Burmese counterpart he had to release political prisoners. He told him they would. The Burmese foreign minister then told the cameras there weren't any political prisoners. Only those who are guilty of crimes are in jail, he said. 2 days ago, the government reneged on its commitment to release hundreds of political prisoners to mark Independence Day.
When you look at the changes that have been taking place in the past year, it's very clear the dictatorship in Burma, they just want international sanctions lifted. They just want international legitimacy. If they are genuine about democratic reform, there must be questions that international community should ask. Why there are still political prisoners in Burma? Why their army are still attacking ethnic minorities?
In recent months, thousands of Chin, Karen, Shan and Karenni villagers have fled renewed government offensives in ethnic minority areas. Burmese of all ethnic backgrounds have long vested great hope in the lady, as she's known, the Nobel laureate Aung San Suu Kyi, who won an election by a landslide here 22 years ago, but was denied power by the army. Now, she says, her party will re-enter the political fold.
There is a chance for real change, but I don't think we can say that we've got to a point when there is no need anymore to worry about whether or not the government is serious about reform. I'm totally convinced that the president is serious about reform, but he doesn't represent the whole government. We would like Britain and other countries to watch the situation very carefully.
The United States is watching. Hillary Clinton was in Rangoon last month. These visitors, like Aung San Suu Kyi herself, hopeful but sceptical, suspicious that leopards don't change their spots.
Jonathan Miller.